What really gets my dick hard is...
What?
Hi, it's me, David Mustaine, and you're listening to Metal Up Your Podcast. Nice story.
Welcome to Metal Up Your Podcast. I'm Ethan Luck.
And I'm Clint Wells.
This is episode 89, and coincidentally, we are going to be talking about the year 1989 in addition to 1990.
Much like the producers and makers of the show Lost,
Right.
We knew from the first episode that on our 89th episode, we'd be talking about the year 1989.
Yeah, it's pretty in-depth. Damon Lindelof actually helped out in producing this episode.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams was a consultant, and it's been pretty hard re-engineering the entire show around this one episode.
I know, it's crazy.
But we did it.
Benjamin Linus is on the episode today, the Smoke Monster, and Hurley's van. He got started.
Right.
The most boring episode ever.
This episode brought to you by, what's the name of the...
Dharma?
The Dharma Initiative. Shit, I blew
Sponsored by
that.
Dharma Chocolate.
If you're joining us for the first time, we are an all Metallica podcast. Ethan and I are two professional musicians who get together once a week to talk about our favorite metal band, the mighty, mighty Bosstones.
Hey, man, don't knock them.
No, I love them.
Love the Bosstones.
Well, I know the one song.
Never had to knock on wood.
I'm a straight up casual fan.
Yeah, the Bosstones were great. They were like one of the first ska bands to kind of get big.
Yeah.
Like No Doubt kind of helped, and then Bosstones were really that let's face it record. But the impression that I get, that song, that's
a great song.
Became like a huge hit. Speaking of, I just contributed to this awesome Kickstarter. I don't know if I mentioned this on the show or not. If you're like a fan of like 90s ska, there's a documentary coming out called Pick It Up. It's like the story of 90s ska.
Oh, cool.
The Kickstarter's already over and stuff like that, but they're making it. So it's pretty cool. Like, so the singer of my old band, the Supertones, is going to be in it.
Great.
Yeah, so it should be fun. So for all you skanking ska fans out there.
On my vinyl searches this weekend, we played a show somewhere. We went into a record store. Typical nerdy, disassociative type record store owner. Didn't say a word to us, really. While he was ringing me up, it sort of came out that we were there to play a show. I put him on the guest list. He was so grateful that I put him on the guest list, which, as you know, is real easy to do.
Yeah.
That he let me pick out any record in the store.
Really?
The record I picked out was Bob Marley Live.
Yes, you did. Did you jam it yet?
Yeah, but we rocked it on the bus.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
And yeah, live Bob Marley stuff is no joke, man, because they'll jam songs out for way longer, and it just works so well with that music
vibe.
too.
Yeah, and I know that's not ska, but you saying ska made me think of that.
Yeah, but see, it's still in the same family. It's
the
still,
same tree.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we are a Metallica podcast. We're going to be talking in excruciating detail about 1989 and 1990 because not a lot went on. I mean, shit went on. We're going to get down to it.
But if it was 1 year, I think we'd only have like about a 25-minute episode.
Right. We combined 81 and 82, right?
Yes.
Earlier also. So, all right, we're going to do some housekeeping stuff. We're on all the socials, Instagram. We do these live things now that are pretty fun. Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. We have a great website, metalupyourpodcast.com. If you want to leave us a review on iTunes, it's real easy to do. Goes a long way. You don't have to do that. If you want to get on the ride at a deeper level, we have the Patreon, which you're going to hear about later, but it's the only way to get our EPs that people love.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's ranting and raving about it.
Oh, everyone's talking about it.
It's the official soundtrack of the Vatican, I'm told.
Yeah, reports are coming in, but that seems to be the case.
Yeah,
so
the Pope.
It's not a projected solid fact yet, but that's what we're hearing.
The Pope has been quoted as saying that he's not as huge a fan of the original recording of Freight into Sanity, but he loves your cover. Gosh darn it, if he can't get enough of that cover.
I know, for real. Thank you, Pope.
Thank you, the Pope.
Thank you, the Pope.
No, the only other thing before we read a couple of emails is our Cover Our Blackened campaign t-shirt went well. All the people who bought those limited edition Metal Up Your Podcast t-shirts are getting them, I think, this week.
Yeah.
And we've already started our new campaign t-shirts.
Which might be our best one yet.
It's simply a Paul shirt.
Yeah, a fan has suggested that, and immediately the light bulb went on, like, we have to do this. And so, yeah, I did a couple quick mock-ups, like maybe 4 or 5 different designs, sent them to Clint, like, which one do you think? And we went with the one that we posted on social media, so.
They're for sale. You can get them in any size that you want, whatever size you happen to be in your body, and which I'm a large.
I'm an extra large.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
There's 2 different sizes you can get. And it just simply says Paul. Now, what's fun about it is we're not going to make any more after this run. They're only $18. And you can just go to our various socials to find the links to them because we partner through EverPress. It's this big to do.
Yeah.
But once you get there, it's just like buying any t-shirt. $18 plus the shipping wherever you're from.
Yep.
And you will get this limited edition Paul shirt. Just imagine as the tour comes up, the boys are about to start playing again, you wearing some of these special Metal Up Your Podcast shirts and being picked out of the crowd by other Metal Up Your Podcast fans.
That's right.
Like, holy shit, that's a Paul Moak shirt.
What'll be amazing though is that someone like 2 podcast fans are at a show, and all of a sudden someone in the Paul shirt hears
Paul?
Paul, and their name is like Christopher, but they're going to answer because they're wearing the fucking Paul shirt.
How many people are going to be saying that? Because people didn't know Paul that much on our Detroit show.
That was pretty early on, though.
But this year, when Paul's like doing these live episodes with us at Bridgestone or whatever,
Yeah.
if he's able to, he's going to be getting a lot of that. And he's like a celebrity.
He
now.
should be in a Paul shirt too.
Totally. Well, anyway, so those basically are limited, and we won't be making many of them. So go check that out. Be a part of Metal Up Your Podcast history. We love our fans. We like to hear from them. We read 5 emails a week.
Yeah.
We get a shit ton a week. Well, we're really backed up right now, actually.
We are pretty backed up.
But we read 5 a week. You can reach us at metalupyourpodcastshow at gmail.com. And we're going to dip in and hear a little bit from the community.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, our first email is from our friend Ken Heil. He says, really have enjoyed the recent episodes, fellas, especially your gear ones. Just listening to the latest and have to agree with Clint that Clint needs to check out The Sound of White Noise. Talking about the Anthrax record. Great album. Also, you guys should check out Stomp 442, a very underrated album that came out right after. It includes some solos from Dimebag. Hope to see you guys in Albany from Ken Hale.
Are you familiar with that record?
I have listened to it. It's been a while, though, I will admit. I didn't really dive in the deep end of that record, but...
It's cool. The Dime's on it.
Yeah, I need to start going back and listen to some of that John Bush era Anthrax more.
Yeah.
Because I often get stuck in the classic stuff, the Among the Living, State of Euphoria, Persistence of Time stuff. But
well, at some point, we'll crank up that big Explore the Big Four
yeah,
thing, and that'll be a good
fun,
excuse to just go through it.
Or it could even be just like, hey, we're going to Explore the Big Four, Sound of White Noise.
Right,
or
exactly.
whatever. It's one record or something. Yeah, we'll do that.
Cool. Thanks, Ken. Our next email is from Otto T. Dear Clint and Ethan, longtime listener, first-time emailer. Roughly 1 year ago, I wanted to learn more about Jason Newsted. And as a lover of podcasts, I came across your Jason episode. Been listening ever since. Your banter, knowledge, and the quality of the show is admirable. Absolutely love everything you guys do. Like many of your listeners, I have little to no friends to talk Metallica with. And am now also known for the endless quotes of your show, Mustaine, Torben, and Joyce, and the annoying kid screaming, "You don't get it, Dad." Which is just me. That's no annoying kid. That's just
not an actual, yeah.
That's all managed to put a smile on my face whenever I'm listening. He says, I'm a musician myself, and I truly feel like your podcast contributes value to the meaning of the music as a whole. What a compliment.
Wow.
Very cool. He says, looking through your website, trying to figure out if I could directly support the show. I had some trouble with the PayPal stuff, had to fill in a state, and I didn't see an option for different countries to use the PayPal method. Have you heard of the problem before? I haven't heard of that problem.
No, I haven't.
So if you go to our website, there's a link where you can support us via Patreon. And if you don't want to do that, we have like a direct donate button that is PayPal.
Right, yeah.
But I think you should be able to do it across countries.
Yeah, PayPal's worldwide.
I use PayPal to buy stuff all the time from
Yeah,
Europe.
totally.
And
We can look into it a little bit more, maybe, and figure it out. But sorry for the inconvenience. But
he says, please, I appreciate that he wants to support the show, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone who wants to support the show in any way, that's always welcome. Every little bit helps. Whatever you think's cool or different or elevated about the show really is only possible by that kind of stuff. So he ends his email by saying, please keep up the good work and never delete that.
no, don't worry, I will not delete it.
I don't think we could scrub this shit from the internet even if we wanted to at this point. Like, it's just now exists everywhere.
Yeah, it's there. It's
Like,
just
right?
there. I mean, if this podcast stopped tomorrow and we stopped paying the Simplecast bill, it eventually, I think, would disappear from iTunes.
But most of it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, yeah. So
He says, looking forward to the Dave Mustaine episode as well as the continuation of your dive into the year by year with excruciating detail of Metallica. If you're ever near Nijmegen, the Netherlands, New Jersey, the beers are on me, dudes. Much love and respect, Otto.
wow, I've never heard of that place in the Netherlands, but the Netherlands is an awesome place, beautiful.
Never been. Would love to go.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Otto. Next email's from Casper. Hi, Clint and Ethan. Hello. I just finished the Metallica Videos Part 2 episode, and I have to say, I thought I knew everything about Metallica, but I really didn't know shit. King Nothing and Until It Sleeps have music videos? Yes, they do. I've been a fan since I was 6 or 7 years old, and now at 17 years of age, I get to know that those songs have videos. I absolutely have to go and check those out instantly when I get home. Speaking of music videos, I'd really like to hear your music video ideas for songs that don't have videos yet. Please keep up the good work. Sincerely, Casper Ignatius. Love that last name. P.S. There was no Paul in this episode. Well, you've already had a couple.
There we go.
P.S.S. To my fellow Finnish listeners. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Suomi Perkele?
Suomi Perkele?
Torilla Tavaton.
Tortilla, totally.
Okay, let me translate this.
Okay.
Obviously, we need a translator here. By Suomi Perkele, he means Paul.
Yeah.
And by Tortilla Tavaton, it means he would like a tortilla.
With Torben, I think, right?
With Torva.
Okay, my Finnish is a little rusty these days, but
yeah,
that sounds about right.
Okay, cool. He'd like to hear ideas about 4 music videos for songs that didn't have them. We could probably do a whole episode on that.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea for an episode.
Yeah.
Fictitious videos.
We'll save that for another episode.
We're saving
Thanks,
that one.
Casper. And don't feel bad. I didn't know there was a Mama Said video.
I completely forgot about that until we
Also,
did the
am I
episode.
right here? He says he's 17 years old.
Yes.
He simply hasn't grown up in an age where videos were a thing. How would he watch them?
If
Only on YouTube.
Yeah, you're 17. You're born in 2001, so you didn't even know who Metallica was until 2009.
For you young listeners out there, you got to try to imagine it. You got to try to see it in your mind's eye. We used to watch MTV all day and all night. Any free time was MTV.
It was just music videos.
And it was just music videos.
Genre-specific shows. They had Headbangers Ball, UMTV Raps. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was the best of days.
Thanks a lot, Casper. A few more here. Mr. Lucid Zeus says, hello, Clint and Ethan. What a phenomenon. Says, a phenomenal week of episodes. He says, Clint, your radio episode honestly cheered me up during a long, rainy shift at work. That hour and a half went by so quick, and the Danny Malone track seriously hit me deep. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Even though I haven't seen the Metallica videos the amount of times you guys have, because I'm only 16 and couldn't grow up without MTV. How about that? We were just talking about that. He says, the episode was still insightful. I don't remember what episode it was, but I remember you guys talking about doing revisited / standalone episodes on great albums that other bands besides Metallica have made, and I love that idea. If I can make a suggestion for those episodes, though, it'd be to bring a guest on when you talk about the album you choose. I think it'd spice up the convo if a third person could talk about what the album means to them, or maybe even bring Paul to talk about an album he's produced. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. Thanks for the free podcast. If you're ever in southern Alberta / Calgary area, you got some ice cold pops on me, Jeremy Collier. P.S. I've been listening to a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers lately and wonder what you guys think about John Frusciante as a guitar player. He's one of my favorites ever, but that's just going by my untrained ear. Thanks again.
I think John Frusciante is incredible.
Great.
He's an insanely good guitar player.
He's unique. He only really sounds like him. Mm-hmm. And I think his bag of tricks is unique to him.
Yes.
But he's the sound of that band.
He really is. The current guy they have playing for him, who kind of looks like a mini John Frusciante, really does a good job of emulating his parts, like pretty perfect.
Yeah.
But I mean, Frusciante is he's such a creative writer with his guitar parts. He's also done like 12 solo records or something crazy.
And they're kind of far out.
They're real far out and trippy.
But he does a lot of beautiful, his work on Blood Sugar Sex Magic. The guitar playing on that is so...
Oh, yeah.
Like learning that clean part to Under the Bridge was
not that easy.
No, it's really interesting. And even Give It Away's got interesting stuff. Yep. Breaking the Girl.
And keep in mind, too, on most of the records, especially Frusciante stuff, there's not a lot of overdubs on this record.
No.
It's drums, bass, and a guitar.
The only thing that I know that he did a lot of overdubbing on is, you remember that double record Stadium Arcadium?
Yeah.
Which that's the weirdest title ever.
I know.
But he did a lot of really great layered background
was he
vocals.
on that?
Yeah.
Okay. That was his last record, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, but just in general, I've always loved his guitar playing.
Yeah. It was a huge, like when he left the band and then old Dum Navarro came in.
One Hot Minute.
Did One Hot Minute. There were some cool songs on there, but it wasn't the Chili Peppers.
Yeah, it sounded weird.
Then Frusciante comes back and they do Californication,
Amazing.
and you can instantly tell like Frusciante's back.
Scar Tissue,
of course,
sound.
Yeah.
That's
even the
kind of
By the Way
sound.
record. There's a lot of great stuff on
By
there.
the Way. It's cool.
Yeah. Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. That was gorgeous. All right. Thanks,
What else? Does
Jeremy.
he say anything else? He talks about us having guests on for other albums. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Fun, yeah. Maybe a Paul?
All right, last one.
Our last email is from Kim Engberg. Hello, my two fellow metalheads. Hello. Hello. I just want to congratulate you both on creating the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Wow.
Aw. I really feel like a fly on the wall when you guys, when I have you guys in my headphones talking about Metallica. While working a 10-hour shift, it's really cool to find out that there's guys out there who are just like me, total Metallica nerds, and I fucking love it. Keep up the good work, guys. And P.S., please give my regards to the Hulkster, whose music sucks, by the way. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
We'll get to that. And if you're ever in Randers in Denmark, beers and drinks on me. See you soon, bros. Much love and respect from Kim.
I think we ought to let our listeners decide after hearing a little Hulkamaniac music.
Yeah. What track should we play?
I don't know. We'll just pick a different one. We usually do I Want to Be a Hulkamaniac.
Yeah, that or Hulkster in Heaven.
Oh, Hulkster in Heaven. But is there a third one? The Beach Patrol
Beach
one?
Patrol, and that's a good one. Let's do that, yeah. All right, everybody, you decide. Is the Hulkster's music suck or not?
Here's a little bit of Beach Patrol.
I got something to say about this, brother.
I was walking down the beach, looking for some action. Had my radio set on a rap station. Saw a girl in trouble, a sticky situation. She wanted me to give her mouth-to-mouth assessment.
Well, there you have it.
I mean, I feel like it's basically Injustice for All, Beach Patrol, Black Album.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
That's my personal
I mean, the
opinion.
Wrestling Boot Band, I wouldn't be surprised if they, played some of these dates coming up with the boys.
Yeah, I know Jim Brewer's opening some of the shows, but there are some slots available for the boot.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Band.
The Wrestling Boot Band, yeah. The Bootstrap Wrestling Band. All right, well, cool. Well,
Kim,
thanks.
thank you.
Thank you, Kim. That was the email. Send us an email, metalupyourpodcastshow@gmail.com. It's that easy, and we might read it on the thing we do.
Yeah, just like that.
All right, let's get out of here.
Bye. Hey, this is Ethan and Clint from Metal Up Your Podcast, and we want to talk to you about something we love called Patreon.
That's right. Patreon is a way for fans of the show to give back to the show, to donate money that helps us in quality and content. And not only that, but we've actually come up with all sorts of fun incentives to give back to you for supporting the show.
Exactly. For instance, if you donate $5 or more, you get access to Cover Our World Blackened, which is the official Metal Up Your Podcast Metallica cover EP.
That's right, and that's the only way to get it. In addition to the EP, we also give you priority email access, meaning we'll read your email first on the show. We give you early access to Patreon-exclusive merchandise, Patreon-exclusive giveaways, and any other side projects that Ethan and I might be involved in.
There's all sorts of things you can look at on there and you can donate to. Go check it out. Patreon.com/metalupyourpodcast. How do you spell that, Clint?
patreon.com/metalupyourpodcast. And if you really think about it, $5 a month for an entire year, that's really just like a cup of coffee a month. So go check it out. Thanks, everyone. Peace.
Adios.
Okay, 1989.
1989. I love doing that. I don't know why. It's so stupid. It's like I'm about to start drunk history or something.
It's pretty good. It makes me laugh
The year
every
was
time.
1989.
Well, put another shrimp on the barbie in 1989.
The day was January 3rd. The month, January.
Hear that
The noise
cat?
in the background? My friend's cat
My
scratching
friend's
something he
cat.
shouldn't be.
So 1989. So we combine these 2 years. We're going to go through. You'll just kind of see. It's an interesting time for these people. Oh, I brought notes for you, by the way. I guess you don't need them.
I printed them.
Where's the top here? What?
It's a cat. Hey, I'm sure listeners can relate if you have a cat. If you put a piece of paper down, the cat will lay on it. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they do.
They're
So
like attracted to the crinkle.
there's a piece of paper on that chair that I spilled a little bit of water on, so it was drying out, and the cat found it, and now it's crinkling on it right now.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, so okay, we'll start off 1989 with a bang here. January 3rd, the boys play a Spastic Children gig in Oakland at the Omni, which to me was like, oh, okay, cool. Spastic Children, they usually do that in the winter when it's slow. They're
Right.
home. But then I thought, there's no Cliff, and he was the bass player in Spastic Children.
Right.
So I'm guessing Ole Newstead played,
He must have, or maybe one of Hetfield's other buddies.
which you can find. You can find this show bootlegged.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it, and I couldn't find any notes about who played bass. But
Right.
I think
I'd
it might.
imagine it would be Jason, right?
I don't know. You would think they maybe would have retired the Spastic Children after
You would
Cliff
think,
died.
but I don't know. Maybe, or who knows? Maybe it was a way James felt
Maybe
to
they really needed it.
pay tribute or something.
January 10th, the one video is released. We talked about that, of course,
Yep.
in December of '88 when they recorded or when they filmed the video for One, their first music video ever. We also covered that in depth on our Part 1 series of their music videos.
Yes.
The cultural and historic significance of them making the video, and it went number 1 on TV.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah.
A young Ethan Luck terrified at midnight watching this.
Right.
Yeah.
Many people.
But hey, that's where it all began for me with Metallica. So
The B-side, of course, was the cover of The Prince by Diamond Head. Numerous versions released in Europe, including live tracks recorded in Dallas, as well as the 4-track demo, which that's exciting to hear.
that's very cool. Yeah. I'm sure that'll be included on the Justice box set.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
But we've
Yeah.
all heard that a million. Yeah, someone said today officially on our Instagram page, maybe some insider info, maybe not, that the box set will be released November 2nd.
Cool. I'm guessing they're probably going to announce it soon. I
Yeah.
mean, that's only a couple months away, and they're
Yeah.
about to start touring in, what, like 8 days?
I'm pretty stoked about that. Now, January 11th through February 19th, the Damaged Justice Tour continues on with Queensryche opening, which Queensryche was another Q Prime band. Mm-hmm. And this is during their Operation Mindcrime.
Silent lucidity.
Someone recently was like, you guys really should listen to more Queensryche. So we'll just add that to the list of everything we should listen
Everything
to
we
more of.
should do.
We do have a lot of shoulds and shouldn'ts.
Man, I didn't even think about this until looking through the tour dates and then seeing your notes, because you also put a couple cities they were on the Justice Tour: Knoxville, Memphis, Birmingham, New Orleans, Waco, lots of Texas states, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia line, North
boy.
Carolina, Canada. I'm pretty sure our mutual friend John Davis was at the Knoxville show in the Damaged
cool.
Justice, because I remember him telling me he saw the Justice Tour. And he's from Knoxville, so
That's awesome.
If my math is correct, then
Well, if I had 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 makes 7, but you take care of the remainder and below a 6 of
Yeah,
that,
man.
then I reckon John Davis did it.
I think he did, man, at the Knoxville arena.
The Joel McIver book that I was looking through today, kind of around this era, suggests that the boys actually spent a few days before that show rehearsing in Tennessee.
Ooh, I wonder if they're actually in Knoxville or they're in old Nashville.
Maybe they were at SIR. Maybe they were at Soundcheck.
Maybe they were up my butt.
Maybe they were in your butt. I was
Yeah.
going to say that. You beat
Even
me
though I
to
lived
it.
in California back then, but I was like 11. But
They were busy, man. So they're kind of hitting a lot of the Midwest. They did like 10 dates in Texas. They did like small markets too. Lubbock
they were doing
and
like A and B
El
markets.
Paso.
Yeah.
It was their first headlining arena tour.
Yeah, it's crazy.
January 22nd, while they're on tour, the One video debuts on MTV. We've talked a lot about that.
Yep.
That must have been fun while they were on the road because, what happens with us, at least, without a video, we have a single out right now that's doing pretty well and going up the charts and all
Yeah.
that stuff, is we're starting to see at shows, we can see that the single is taking effect.
It's working. Yeah.
The demographic of the crowds are changing. The venues are getting a little bigger. People are singing the new song more.
Awesome.
I imagine for them on another level,
Yeah.
that they've already booked the tour. They're already selling tickets, but just the frenzy post the video.
Yeah, it's their very first video they've ever had on MTV, and kind of interesting. Back then, it's not like they could just like get on their iPhone real quick and watch the video. Like I'm sure, obviously, they saw the video when
Yeah.
it was in the final edits. But if that exciting feeling, like, oh, I want to watch my video
Yeah, you
on
catch
TV.
it on TV,
They'd
yeah.
have to wait to get to like the hotel and turn
Right.
on MTV and just wait.
It was probably a really big turning point for them too of getting recognized in public because people saw them in the video.
Yep.
So February 22nd is notable. This is when they performed the song One on the 31st annual Grammy Awards at the Shrine Auditorium in LA. They were, of course, nominated for Best Hard Rock Metal Performance Vocal or Instrumental. How about that for a fucking mouthful of a category?
Geez.
Best Hard Rock Metal Performance Vocal or Instrumental for the album Justice, that they, of course, infamously lost to Jethro Tull's Crest of a Knave.
Crest of a knave, a canave.
And they wanted to add the sticker to the album that said Grammy Award losers. They took it. They took it
Amazing.
on the chin.
Oh, they totally did, yeah. And I think the next year when they played where they came back into the Grammys, or I'm sorry, it was during the Black Album. I remember Lars thanked Jethro Tull for not putting a
anything
record
out.
out.
Yeah. There is a Mick Wall interview with Lars where he's kind of talking a little candidly, like they kind of pretended like they were too cool to win the Grammy anyway, like
Right.
whatever. But Lars says something like, "Look, let's face it, they fucked up." And he was like, basically, we could put out a record every year through the 90s and we might win a Grammy because they know they fucked up so bad by not giving us that one.
Yeah, over Jethro Tull.
And that's interesting to me because when you think about them winning a Grammy for Better Than You
Yeah,
and winning a Grammy for Stone Cold Crazy,
yeah.
it's like the Academy were like, "Oh shit,
Remember that one time in
we
'89?
should give them Grammys for weird songs."
Yeah.
When One is a clear Grammy winner.
Yes, for sure.
Justice is a clear Grammy winner to me.
Yeah, Black Album stuff, but there's some, yeah. Well, but then you had them, they lost one of the categories, right, in the Grammys when they were just recently for Hardwired.
Yeah.
That was surprising.
Atlas Rise was nominated,
Yeah.
and they lost to
Jethro Tull.
Mastodon. Yeah, to Jethro Tull again.
Mastodon
for the
or
same
some-
record, Crest of a Knave.
Yeah, Crest of a Knave.
In a really surprise comeback from 1989, Crest of a Knave sweeps the 2017 Grammys again.
It started selling that many copies that the Grammy committee couldn't deny it.
It was just a big year for knaves.
So Navy that year.
What's a knave?
A Nave? I was thinking like naval.
But
Like
it's
your nave, like
K-N-A-V-E.
K-N-A-V, I don't know.
Let's figure out
The crest of a knave.
Let's be
The year was 1989. The crest of a knave
be
was
thorough
making
for
a
our-
comeback.
for our 30,000 listeners out there.
I'll tell you, the crest of my knave is really sore today.
What is a knave? Let's see here. A dishonest or unscrupulous man.
Ooh.
A.K.A. Ethan Luck.
AKA
Crest of a knave.
crest of a knave. Wow.
Another term for the jack in cards is a subsequent definition.
Okay.
I am no closer to knowing what the hell that means.
Yeah. Not sure. Maybe someone from Jethro Tull. Maybe what's his name? Ian Asbury. Is that the guy from Jethro Tull?
Ian
Played
Astbury?
Astbury that played the flute.
I don't know. The pen whistle.
He
Penny
played
whistle.
flute. That's what they're most known for.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I confess, I'm not. I'm not fluent.
Aqualung?
I'm not fluent in Jethro Tull's.
I'm not fluent either. I just know a couple songs. Aqualung. Maybe just one song.
Crest of a knave.
Crest of the Knave. Oh, well, everything off Crest of the Knave, of course. I just like all the tracks.
If you are going to lose a Grammy, though, it's cool to do it in the middle of a tour because they could just immediately put their heads back down into the tour. Because it can almost seem like, because it's in the middle of the tour, they had to basically take a few days, go to L.A., perform
Yeah.
at the Grammys, and be nominated.
And
And they
take off.
lost.
Yeah.
And I imagine when they went back to these other dates, and they went back on the road on the 25th, 3 days later, they probably had a feeling of like, this is the real work we're doing.
Yes, yeah.
Connecting with our fans, promoting our last record.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the Grammys. Fuck a bunch of celebrities giving each other accolades.
Yeah.
I can just see them wearing that hat.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
And this tour basically lasts through September. I mean, this is the longest stint they did.
Yeah, it was super long.
They went to New Zealand, Australia, Japan, Hawaii. The Cult is opening now instead of Queensryche, which might have been the first seed planted of because I think they were doing Sonic Temple, which
Which Bob Rock did, right?
Bob Rock
Yeah.
produced. So that, and I bet the boys went out. The Cult had hits.
Oh, yeah, they're a great. It's still a great band.
So they're opening for Metallica. I imagine the boys, especially Lars, were watching it and saw the power of them and were like,
Yeah.
And Lars even probably had the record and was like, shit, this sounds good.
It sounds amazing, yeah, for sure.
June 6th, while they're on tour, 2 of 1 is released, which we've talked about a little bit. It's the VHS home,
I got to find it.
Video.
I own it somewhere.
and it's got the 2 kind of versions of
Yeah.
1.
It is weird, though, to own, like, not that I watch it, but, like, at numerous times, putting that VHS in, and there's just 2 videos, and that's it. Like a big-ass cassette.
Right.
With 2 videos. Like,
weird.
nothing else.
Well, they did release it on Laserdisc in Japan, so
Whoa. Well,
Neato.
konnichiwa. I need to get over there.
September 21st and 23rd, the tour is kind of wrapping up a little bit. They did 3 nights at the Irvine Meadows Amphitheater with Faith No More opening.
That's in my old turf.
It's pretty cool. That's kind of a hometown thing for them a little bit, and
Yeah, I saw dozens of shows growing up there.
it's a big venue for the Dave Matthews Band, too. I've been going through a big Dave Matthews
Yeah,
Band thing.
it's actually gone now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it became Verizon Wireless, and then basically, like everything in Orange County, once there's something that's awesome, all the annoying neighbors and rich people complain about it, and they get rid of it. So,
So how long ago did that happen?
2 years ago, maybe.
Okay,
But
so
I know that
recently.
they're reopening another amphitheater in Orange County soon.
Oh, cool.
But basically, in that area, at one point, it was just a wild animal park, the amphitheater, and Wild Rivers Water Park, which was one of my very first jobs in high school. And it was just nothing but like rolling hills everywhere.
Yeah.
Now you go there and it's surrounded by strip malls and condos and houses.
depressing.
And it's totally depressing. So that's how Orange County is, though. It's like, hey, look, there's open land. We've got to build something.
Have you ever seen Metallica in a shed?
No, I've just only seen them arena and stadium.
I would love to see them in an amphitheater. That'd
Yeah,
be fun.
that would be awesome.
The Energy's. Oh, I have.
Oh, you saw the Summer Sanitarium tour.
I saw them at Lakewood Amphitheater in
Duh.
Atlanta. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, I'm me.
Hello.
McFly.
Hello, Clint.
So what I thought was interesting about these Irvine Meadow shows, so big, 20 to 30,000 seat, open door, 3 nights in a row. They played the same set list for every show.
So weird. I mean,
kind of weird.
They might have been a little bit green to the size of a thing, and they were just comfortable with that. I mean, they've been doing it since the year before. So, you know what I mean? Like,
it just seems weird in a little residency to not.
It does seem weird.
One of the things they did do, but they'd been doing it a little bit, is like on the second encore of the third night, they all switched instruments. James played drums, Lars sang, Kirk on bass, Jason on guitar.
Yeah. Maybe they originally like filmed it for like live shit.
Oh, and
then nothing ever came of it. So
that makes a lot of sense.
So they did play the same set every night.
That makes a lot of sense. Maybe they were gonna instead of Seattle '89, we might have gotten Irvine
89. Yeah.
Irvine 89.
Irvine 89, dude.
Because it kind of rhymes.
Yeah.
Sometime. Cool.
Get it?
October 4th and 7th, the boys went over to Brazil and did the same thing on night 3. They switched instruments, which I bet that might have been fun to see. I couldn't have sounded great.
Yeah, it couldn't sound great with Lars
sure, it
on
was
vocals.
loose.com.
Of course, loose.gov for sure. But it's fun,
Well, what's cool is you can actually watch the October 6th and October 7th of these Brazil shows are fully on YouTube, courtesy of Full Concerts 100, the user who's going to be on the show, by the way, to pontificate with us about Metallica bootlegs.
He has a vast collection of bootlegs over there on the old YouTubes.
Again, look up Full FULL Concerts CONCERTS 100. You'll find that. And that concludes 1989. Not a lot going on. Just a lot of road dog in it.
You know what I would like to do before we get into 1990?
Might be a good pause and hear.
I just want to check in on somebody. Really, 2 people. Joyce and Joyce.
Right. Well, we have a new segment that we're really excited about, in which Joyce and Joyce both read Misconnections. Here it is. Joyce reads Misconnections. Can you believe this is how people... Hello, Joyce.
Joyce. How are you?
People communicate through the internet.
It's crazy.
Hello, hi.
I know.
I saw you at the Home Depot.
I know.
And then they have these misconnections, and their connections, they get lost.
It blows my mind that they just go in and they make a connection, like eye contact, and something magical happens, and then they go home, they didn't say anything, and they all just type it out on the internet. Who does that?
I'll just make it's like putting a note in a bottle, except there's no ocean. The ocean's the internet.
The ocean's the internet's right.
Never thought I'd say that sentence.
That's crazy.
Joyce.
Well, let's see what we got going on here in the lovely state of Tennessee.
Okay.
Well, here we go. We got one at the Tiger Mart in Lewisburg.
Oh, that's a good Tiger Mart.
I love that.
I get all my stockings there.
Oh, yeah. I see you often at the counter. You always, damn it, I can do this. I see you often at the counter. You're always working. And give me that special look. Oh, my. I'm a bearded gentleman, much taller than you. I would like to chat with you. I sense you would like that. Hope you see this.
I hope he does see this.
I do like a good beard on a gentleman.
I just like... I like to have my man not shave for at least 5 days. He gets the 12 o'clock shadow, and it grows at its stubble, and then he rubs it all over my neck and my legs.
It hurts sometimes, but I like it.
It hurts so good. Well, next one, this purple shirt, cut-off jeans. Who wears that? Springfield. It says this: your body is something dreams are made of. You have long, dark hair and a short, thick body. You were wearing a purple shirt with something about Greek or who knows, 2018 on the back, oy vey. No matter how many times you tugged at the bottom of those cut-off shorts, inches of those fat-ass cheeks were hanging out everywhere. I've convinced myself that your heart is just as beautiful as your body.
That is the most romantic thing I've heard today.
For 1 second, I thought I was reading the Bard. I thought I was reading Shakespearean poetry.
I thought I was reading a romance novel. The kind with the
one
big
Fabio's on the cover,
yeah,
and he lets the doves out of his hands on the roller coaster.
Oh, this next one's going to be good.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it, Joyce.
PetSmart. I love
PetSmart.
PetSmart. That's why I take my dogs.
Underrated place to make a love connection. It's at the PetSmart.
Oh, it's great.
You
I
love
take
your
my
dogs?
dogs there all the time.
You love your dog. I love my dog. We love our dogs.
Who does? Who doesn't?
Who doesn't love dog?
Jeez. You have commented on how much you like my dog.
It's hard not to with the dog like Lucius. Lucius is such
Lucius. He's my one and only.
My little Valentino just loves Lucius to
No,
death.
they're friends. We go to
They're
the
little
dog.
dog
We go to the
friends.
dog park. We met. Well, originally they met at the beautiful dog park in Queens.
What's crazy is we're both named Joyce, but I didn't know Joyce's first name forever because I just knew her as Lucius's dog owner.
That's right, Lucius's mom. Anyways, at PetSmart, you have commented on how much you like my dog. I'm not sure I know how to approach you about all this, so I suppose I will embarrass myself this way. Would love to see if you would be interested in just meeting for some fun.
Now, honey, what all goes under the banner of fun? That includes, first of all, I think it's fun to go to the dog park. I think it's fun to rub Bengay on my back for 6 hours. What kind of fun are we talking
Yeah,
here?
it's a little general.
It's a little too general.
Yeah. How about some specifics?
Let's get into some details. Oh, we got another one here that says white Chevy truck. Okay.
Oh, an I-65, my favorite.
You were driving from Franklin towards Nashville and got off at the same exit as me. We passed each other multiple times with both of us smiling. I know there's not really... It's kind of a British thing.
Oh, yeah, Joyce went British.
I know there's not really a chance of seeing this, but you were beautiful. I hope to hear back from you. Let me know what exit we got off, or my truck, or something to let me know it's you. I'd love to take you out, ...
Wow.
A true love connection on the interstate.
That's great. It's just... I'm trying not to go into a British accent, by the way.
We have so much in common. You have a car, I have a car. You have a dog, I have a dog.
And you both drive the same highway? What are the odds?
We smiled at each other, Joyce.
And he leaves it so open-ended with the 3 dots at the end.
This next one to the laundromat, I think, is really special,
I love
though.
this laundromat in Antioch, Tennessee. Beautiful. Hey, I saw you struggling and helped. You carry your laundry inside the laundromat. I wanted to get your number without seeming desperate. Please reach me if you're interested.
Oh, honey, I hope they do.
I hope they do too. You know what? All you had to do was slip your number in the laundry bag.
Put it in a pair of dirty trousers.
Yeah.
Or think about having a partner that helps you carry laundry into the laundromat. What a sweetheart. What a sweetie pie. What a cutie pie.
Right.
You don't want to let that one get away, the laundromat.
Yeah.
Heavens to Betsy's.
Oh, gosh.
This one says, I was your delivery driver. It was late last night. You ordered from Pita Pit.
Love the Pita Pit.
Love the Pita Pit.
The falafel's great there.
I scoop a handful of green olives in there because I love it so much. He says, you were so unbelievably handsome and sweet. I definitely felt a connection between us as our eyes met when I got out of my car. If this was you, message me and tell me what color shirt I was wearing. Plum. It was probably a plum shit.
I'm going to go ahead and say whatever color the Pita Pit delivery shirt is. That's sorry to
Honey, maybe he was wearing a Pita Pit delivery uniform.
I'm going to go ahead and say it was red and white and said Pita Pit on it.
Who doesn't know this?
Were you going to call Pita Pit and be like, it was one of the delivery guys and he was wearing a Pita Pit shirt?
He was wearing some sort of uniform that said Pita Pit on it. All right, what's the last
we got
one?
one. Oh, it's at a middle school football game in Springfield.
Oh, they.
Nice looking dad. Ooh. Dark hair, medium build guy. We both had our sons playing. My accent is just drifting. Sorry, everybody. We both had our sons playing, and every time I looked at you, you were looking and smiling at me. Makes a guy feel good.
Makes me feel great.
Oh, this is beautiful. Didn't get a chance to talk to you, but hope you will see this and get in touch with me. We'll see you at the next game, if not.
Now, what I love about this is that we got 2 dads. 2 dads at a game with his sons. I believe it's 2 dads.
I'm just assuming it's 2 dads.
Nice looking dad. Dad, dark hair, medium build. Made a guy feel good, he says when he looked at him.
Hey,
Look, I'm a dad, you're a dad.
we both have sons that are playing football.
Look,
who doesn't like
We both
that?
have sons, we both have desires. They both have desire. Who am I to judge?
Let everyone have their fun.
Let everyone do whatever they want as long as they don't hurt nobody.
I
That's
don't care.
the Joyce
As long-
way.
The Joyces love that way.
I'm ready to go get my teeth cleaned and waxed. Are you ready to go do that, Joyce?
Yes, and I'd love to get a little petty or something.
A little petty. Who does this? We do.
Who doesn't do this?
Who doesn't do it? Well, all right then. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Wow, we just heard from the Joyces.
The Joyces. Nice to hear that from those ladies always.
You know what? They're good people.
Yeah, they're good people, and sometimes they break into Ethan and Clint voices, which is kind of funny. And
Sometimes they break into shitty British accents. What can we say about that?
I can't wait till we get calls to do voiceovers for movies and cartoons.
Oh, it's imminent.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
You want to roll on into 1990 like a goddamn freight train?
Dude, let's do it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
1990 was
come
dope.
at me, 1990.
Well, much like 1989, the boys played a January 8th gig as the Spastic Children.
Can they do that now, please? And
Every January, I need the boys to get together, to get the lead out, and to do a Spastic
And you know
Children
what?
gig at HQ1.
I'm offering my garage free venue, audience of 2. And guess
Audi-
what? Trujillo hasn't gotten to do it yet.
That's true.
Trujillo needs to play a Spastic Children's show.
That's Trujillo.
That is Trujillo.
February 21st, they finally, sweet justice, Metallica wins their first Grammy in the Best Metal Performance category for the song Wine.
For our Spanish listeners, that song is called Uno.
And this is where we, of course, mentioned earlier where Lars makes the comment about a good thing Jethro Tull didn't put anything out this year.
Yeah. I thought Lars starts with His head's always cocked to the side a little bit. Just like to thank Jethro Tull for not putting out a record this year.
A record.
Jim Brewer does a good Lars.
He does a great. He does a good impression of James. Too.
Yeah, when we did that Icon episode and put those clips in of him. Yeah.
May 11th, the band play a secret gig as Vertigo with Metal Church at the Marquee Club in London, and they debut The Shortest Straw.
Ooh, how cool would that be at that show? Like you're like, hey, I'm going. It would be more like, oh mate, I'm going to see Metal Church tonight.
Hi, hello, and welcome once
Me and
again
Tom
to yet
Quay.
another episode of Metallica, the year 1990.
Hey mate, me and my friend Tom Quay are going to see Metal Church, right? And this band called Vertigo is opening. We never heard of these wankers, but bloody hell, it's Metallica.
Bloody hell, if it wasn't Metallica, shit me knickers immediately.
I bought up all the t-shirts and put them in my boot. That means trunk.
The boot of the car.
Put 'em
What's
in the-
that? So, Metallica, more than almost any other band I know this well, they like these secret shows as other bands.
Foo Fighters have done it quite a bit.
Yeah.
They've done some secrets. Well, they did remember that song they had, White Limo? The video was shot all on a VHS camcorder. Lemmy was in it. It's a great song, great video. Anyways, they did a secret show under the name White Limo.
Right.
At the Roxy, I believe. But similar kind of thing. But it's cool that Metallica do this over the years.
Yeah, it's cool. It adds a fun little layer of mystery to everything. I mean, how happy are you as a Metal Church fan? Unless there's some like hardcore Metal Church fans that hate Metallica.
Like, fuck, they sold out and got on MTV.
May 16th through June 30th, the boys played a handful of European and North American dates, and they ended that run with 2 stadium shows opening for Aerosmith, which I know is a big deal for the boys. They're big Aerosmith fans.
That's a badass lineup.
Although, for them, late 80s Permanent Vacation kind of era Aerosmith probably was a bummer for them.
Well, kind of, but I
Because
mean,
they were into that 70s hardcore punk rock,
But I'd imagine at this point, Aerosmith's still rocking a lot of those songs live.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for
Like
sure.
they're, they had put out numerous records since that stuff, but I mean, they're still playing Dream On and Walk This Way and Sweet Emotion, all that stuff.
So basically, in May 19th, a box set called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was released in the UK. Contained 2 previously unreleased 12-inch singles with live songs. I'm sure our friend Kent Bell will, if he's not already done a whole post, he does these posts on the forums about his whole collection.
Yeah.
Because he's got a sick collection.
It's awesome.
This summer is also when Lars puts out his new wave of British heavy metal revisited compilation to celebrate a decade of the new wave of British heavy metal movement, I guess.
Yeah.
Had Diamond Head and Iron Maiden and all that stuff.
Yeah, amazing.
I still haven't heard. We're going to do an episode on that. That'd be fun.
New Wave British Heavy Metal?
Like his mixtape.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like that'd be a fun way to just dive into that.
Yeah, we give us and the listeners like a little glimpse into each band if you don't know about them,
Curated by my little Danish friend. We used to smoke hash out of an apple, out of a hole in the ground.
Smoking hash out of a hole in the ground.
Oh, and Lars, just my little hello, Danish friend.
Hello, pot in the ground.
September 24th, we're rolling right along, by the way, through the year.
We're like almost done.
Metallica is asked to record a cover for the first time for the Rubaiyat, Elektra's 40th anniversary record, the most impossible record name to pronounce
Yeah, seriously.
in the history of the human species.
Way to go, Elektra.
They, of course, record Stone Cold Crazy, not one of my favorites, from Queen's Sheer Heart Attack, and would go on to win a Grammy for it.
Yeah, they would. Because at this point, they're giving Grammys out to Metallica no matter what.
They're paying for the great mistake.
Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of their cover Stone Cold Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting this, I believe it was the B-side to the Enter Sandman single.
Oh, boy.
I'm pretty sure.
Let me look it up.
If my memory serves right, the single that I bought at the warehouse at the Laguna Hills Mall, or is it maybe the Mission Viejo Mall when I was young? What is it? Who is it?
Who do you know?
Who puts that song on the B-side?
All right, I'm looking. While we're doing facts and shit, so one big boo-boo I made last week is Anton Corbijn, who did the music video for Until It Sleeps. I mistakenly got him confused with Andre Serrano, who did the cover cover for Load. So I mistakenly referred to Anton as a sick motherfucker, using James's words.
Yeah.
I want to apologize to Anton. I want to apologize to Anton's family. And I want to apologize to Joyce.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't go for talk like that.
She doesn't. And we send our thoughts and prayers to him, too. It was Stone Cold Crazy.
I'm looking it up.
Hey, dog.
Oh, you already found it?
Mr. Fast Thumbs over here.
Okay, so it was Enter Sandman?
Yeah, it was the Enter Sandman single. It was on 7-inch, 12-inch CD and cassettes.
Okay.
And the single had Stone Cold Crazy. I'm guessing like this, maybe the CD and the 7 or 12-inch. Also had Enter Sandman demo, and then Holier Than Thou Work in Progress.
Cool.
So there you go.
You know what we should do for the fans who are listening? Let's just put in Stone Cold Crazy. It's a short episode.
Yeah.
Here you go. Check out Stone Cold Crazy.
Check it out right here.
Sleeping very soundly on a Saturday morning. I was dreaming I was Al Capone. Rumors going round, got to clear out of town. Smell like a dry fish boat. Here comes the law, gonna break down the door. Carry me away once more. Never, never, never wanted anymore. Gotta get away from the Stone Cold floor. Crazy, Stone Cold Crazy, you know. Rainy afternoon on a killer dead food and she's playing on my saxophone. Anymore, can I take it anymore? Gotta get away from the Stone Cold floor. Crazy, Stone Cold Crazy, you know. Walking down the street, shooting people down to meet. Fully loaded Tommy gun. Here come a deputy, try fucking getting me. Gotta fucking get up and run. They got this sirens loose. I run right out of juice. They're gonna put me in a cell if I can't go to heaven. Let me go to hell. Crazy, Stone Cold Crazy, you know. Yeah.
All right,
There it
cool.
is.
There it was. October 6th, this is monumental in the year of 1990. The boys begin recording what would go on to be, of course, the self-titled album, also known as a Black Album, also known as, I don't know, couldn't think of anything
One of the
funny.
best-selling records of all time.
Yeah, it is that.
It's in like the top 10. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it's great.
Who doesn't have a copy
It's that
of this?
good. Who doesn't have multiple copies?
I have multiple copies.
Bob Rock famously said to them in a meeting that he had with them at one-on-one that he didn't believe that they had captured their live vibe yet. Which I was reading in Mick Wall's book today, Internight, that kind of mildly offended Lars.
Yeah.
He kind of saw that as a challenge of like,
Well, I mean, God, if the challenge was accepted, then I think they achieved that. I mean, I would say
do you
maybe
think
on.
that's true?
I would say on like
Puppets.
Puppets and Lightning. Definitely not Justice. That's a dry as hell record.
But Puppets and Lightning have sound similar.
They sound big and open, and you know, there's some almost distance, you know, to the sound where it sounds kind of live.
The only other appearance we see in the year of 1990 from Metallica, although we know they were working hard on the record, is on November 9th, they made an appearance at the Hollywood Palladium to celebrate the launch of Rip magazine.
It's weird to me because I have very vivid memories of Rip magazine, Hit Parader, a lot of those things.
Circus.
Circus. I don't know why, but I can't remember like that happening. Like I feel like Rip existed in the 80s, but I'm obviously incorrect. So Rip magazine was awesome.
Well, what's cool is that Lars, James, and Kirk jammed with Axl / Duff and Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Under a kind of a side little one-off performance they called GAC.
GAC.
Which that's interesting. That sounds like that was probably pretty loose.
GAC. Oh, I'm sure it was fun though.
Doesn't Steve Vai have a song called Yayo GAC? Did you ever get into Steve Vai?
I think at one point owned the Passion and Warfare album, and that was about it.
It's a good one.
But it's, you know, I think we've mildly glossed over this. Guys like that, Joe Satriani, whatever. It's
Paul Gilbert.
I think it's definitely for a specific type of person that likes that kind of music. I don't dislike it, but I can't really take much more than a few songs of it where it's just like show off world the whole time. It's very impressive. Like if anybody I would listen to more would be like Paul Gilbert. I feel like he's really cool, he's creative, and he's hilarious. And,
he's funny, yeah.
But yeah, I never really dove heavy into that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm impressed by it. I think it's awesome. But I'd rather that guitar player be in a shreddy band and with a singer and melodies. Like, well, Paul Gilbert had Mr. Big, but like, and who doesn't love to be with you?
I'm the one who wants to be with you.
Be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too.
Well, deep inside, I hope you feel it too.
Feel it too.
Well, that's it. We did it.
Yeah, this is a short one, guys. We're, apologies for those of you who were expecting a 4-hour episode.
Well, we have people who think we go too long. We have people who think we don't go long enough. So the short episode will please some of our demographic.
Yeah, cool.
Whatever.
I mean, this wasn't like planned out. Like, let's make this one 46 minutes. It's just not there's not a ton of sauce in 89 and 90.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. Totally, man.
We do appreciate everyone who's listening. We're having a good time here at Metal Up Your Podcast. Do consider going and getting that Paul Moak shirt so you can be the cool person at the Metallica concert this fall wearing a deeply inside joke from a Metallica podcast.
I might buy myself one and wear it to the Metallica show in Nashville.
Any other stuff we need to say? Go leave the iTunes review. Go do it right now. Hit pause. Go to iTunes.
Hit pause at the end here.
Just leave a little review. It takes a second.
Yeah, it only takes a quick little second. You can do that.
The Patreon, of course, is a great way to get involved, say thanks, and give back for the show. The show's free. It takes up a lot of our time. We're happy to do it. But when we get that kind of support, it makes it all worth it.
Exactly.
Anything else? Anything going on in your world?
Main thing right now is just... I should have my test pressings for my record on vinyl tomorrow.
Nice.
Planning on releasing that end of September. All the Kickstarter backers have the record already.
Oh, cool.
I just basically said, fuck it. These people helped me make this record. They get it way, way early.
Nice.
All the extra stuff like CDs, vinyl, all the extra rewards I have to fulfill. I'm kind of gearing up to do all that soon. So any of the Metal Podcast listeners that donate to it, again, I really appreciate it. And I've got a kick-ass record to show for it.
Nice. Well, cool. Well, we'll see you on the various socials throughout the week. Come have fun with us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. We're always doing wacky, zany stuff.
So zany over there. Oh, man.
And as usual, we'll see you on the flip-flop. We love you all. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Peace.
Adios.
If you were our advisor, what would you say? Then I would say, delete that.